I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. What about another review? This is another paid request for Devon. Thank you so much for that. If anyone wants to request any type of topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, talking about movies, something else, games, just pretty much any type of video, you can send the request either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is for a film called I Am Vengeance, Retaliation, which I didn't know what the hell it was, honestly, till I had to look it up. It came out this year. It's a sequel. It's a sequel to a film I've never even seen. People are like, well, why are you doing that? It's a paid request, so he wanted me to watch this film. It was for free on YouTube, so I watched it. And it's a sequel, but I wasn't really confused. I could gather what's going on. Some guy who had a history in the military. Apparently he was not free, like people are chasing after him. He takes odd jobs. The very beginning, he fucks up these guys at a club with... He comes out, this guy offers him a job. The job being, bring back this guy alive. The guy played by Vinnie Jones. If you get Vinnie Jones, bring him back alive, your slate is clean. And you're going to join up with these two other people, this guy and this girl. The three of you are going to be this team. They did Vinnie Jones fairly early on in the movie, and the rest of the film is them pretty cheap sets. Looks like the same 3 or 4 warehouses, like this one general area. Seemed like they're at the whole time. It seems like a very cheap film, and either Vinnie Jones goons or this girl who at first is wearing this sort of iron like mask. But you find out it's a woman that wants revenge against Vinnie Jones because Vinnie Jones killed her dad. And then a bunch of fight scenes. That's really it. It's a bunch of fucking fight scenes. Which are alright fight scenes. I guess I should mention the lead guy is played by... His name is Stu Bennett, but he's more well known as Wade Barrett, the wrestler from WWE. I believe he was in... Eliminators with Scott Atkins, and he's been some other stuff, as well as the star of the first I Am Vengeance. And is this film so bad that it deserves a 3.5 out of 10 IMDb? No, I don't think so, because the movie's like an hour and 19 minutes without the credits. There's a lot of fight scenes. Granted, it's not great, fantastic fight scenes. It's not fight scenes you would see out of Michael Jai White, Blood and Bone, Undisputed 2, even Falcon Rising I would put above this. It's not Scott Atkins, Debt Collectors, Ninja Shadow of a Tear, Avengement, Accident Man. I would put those above this. I would even put some Dolph's films like Skin Trade and... The Defender, Russian Specialist, aka The Mechanic with a K. There's a lot of films I would put above this, but it was one of those that you're watching it and you want to see a movie with a lot of fight scenes that are okay. But Wade Barrett, I just don't know if I buy this guy as a lead. I don't feel he has a lot of charisma. He's a little bit bland for my taste. And it's not the worst I've seen. It's not like he's Jalal Murray. For all three of you who know who that is. But I'm like, man, I just see, if we're sticking with wrestlers, I just see other people getting this role and doing a better job with it. Whether it be Adam Copeland, the guy who's Edge. You think you know me? But Edge, I think, would have worked better than this Adam Copeland. Dean Ambrose, or John Moxley, whatever you want to call him. Which I know he did the third or so 12 rounds movie. 12 rounds lockdown or something. Dean Ambrose, I think, would do a better job than this. I know he's John Moxley, but I just told you. I'm sure there's other wrestlers, if I think of for a minute or two. I'll take him over John Cena, I'll tell you that. And I'd probably take him over Randy Orton. Because Randy Orton didn't get me. Didn't care for him either. Stone Cold Steve Austin? I mean, he's a bit older, but if he's in it and you tell him to turn the Stone Cold persona on instead of being more monosyllabic, like turn on you a little bit of your Stone Cold dial to K-I-L-L. You'll turn it up to that dial. I'd probably rather see him than Triple H, but I'm just not a Nipple H fan. I can't help it. I hate Triple H. I'm not a fan of Nipple H. So yeah, there are worse, there are better. Wade Barrett, this is not a guy that I would follow. Oh my god, I can't wait for him to do another. And it didn't even need to be a wrestler. I mean, it could have been Scott Atkins, could have been Michael Jai White, it could have been Johnny Yong Bosch. He was in this film called Broken Path, Broken Fist. Even him, if it was an older guy, it could be Martha Costos or Thomas Jane or Carl Urban. There's just a variety of other guys I would rather see than Wade Barrett. I know his real name's Stu Bennett, but it's easier to say it was Wade Barrett. So, if you're a hardcore Wade Barrett fan, because I wasn't even big into him in wrestling. To me, one of the reasons why he got so many gimmicks, granted WWE sucks anyway, but I think they made him so many gimmicks because he's not really the most fantastic personality. He's not really the best persona. I mean, fuck, I'd rather see Jim Cornette as an action hero. He would cuss people to death and kill people at a Dairy Queen everywhere. Like Jim Cornette would buy more as an action star, personality-wise, than fucking, Wade Barrett. And to me, that's kind of the weakest part of the movie. But again, if you like him, if you don't mind him, or you're a hardcore fan of him, yeah, give it a watch. I mean, the rest of the film, like I said, is kind of cheap sets. It all looks like it's pretty much in the same fucking, almost the same place. Wade Barrett and the guy and the girl, they get Vinnie Jones. There's this one henchman going, oh, he's pissing. Oh, it's better than sex. And you hear Wade Barrett go, then you're doing it wrong. And kills that guy. They kill a few other people. They get Vinnie Jones. They arrest him. They don't lead him to where they need to go. Vinnie Jones's guys get there. Before that, Wade Barrett's fighting this girl in the Iron Mask. Which you find out is she wants to kill Vinnie Jones because Vinnie Jones killed her dad. And Wade Barrett's like, no, me and your dad go back a long ways and he wouldn't want you to be on this dark path. So, the dialogue isn't much to run home about. A lot of times, it's one of those movies where a lot of times the bad guys could shoot, but they put the gun down because we don't do it this way. And I'm almost waiting for Andrew Dice Clay to just go, what's this mano a mano shit? What does mano a mano mean? Use your head, snap her head. I almost wanted that. If Andrew Dice Clay came in and did that and became the hero, I would have liked the movie a lot more. But it was nothing that I got mad about. I'm kind of sitting there. I'm like, okay, it's going at a fast pace. The two ladies, I forget their names. The one who's working with Wade Barrett and the other who wants revenge, but then ultimately starts working with our heroes. The two of them were pretty decent fighters. They weren't bad. They probably had some of the best scenes fighting-wise. Wade Barrett is kind of typical punch, throw, maybe a neck break. He's a bit slower, a bit bigger guy. And then nothing really to praise, but it's efficient, mediocre. And that's really the word I think of when I saw this movie was just mediocre. Worst thing ever, 3.5? No. I mean, I'll watch this over Steven Seagal's Beyond the Law and General Commander bullshit. This was just a mediocre effort, really. Mediocre. It's fast-paced. It's got action fight scenes, but you know, again, Wade Barrett is fairly cheap. The gun muzzles looked a little bit off. Maybe that's just me. And at times was like, there's times where they could literally shoot and they don't fucking do it because the movie would be over. The third act pretty much takes place in this fucking warehouse. You have these two girls fighting this one guy. Some other people fighting other people. Vinnie Jones and Wade Barrett fight. Take his ass to jail. One of the last lines is a guy telling Wade Barrett, come on, let's get plastered. Don't mind if I do. I mean, it's on YouTube. The funny thing is, on YouTube, I guess to hide it, because it's a new film, 2020, the person touted I Am Vengeance 2020. I'm like, I Am Vengeance 2020, is that the first film? But the first film came out, from what I understand, 2018. And then when I clicked on the video, I think with end credits, it's like an hour and 27 minutes. 27 minutes, I don't know. When it got to the opening, is like, oh, it says, no, I Am Vengeance, Retaliation. But I guess they just labeled it I Am Vengeance 2020 just to hide from... But it shows how worthwhile I guess this film is, because it's on YouTube, and they don't give a shit. Even though it's a film from this year, no one's really, I guess, worried that it's out there for people to watch. At least by the time of this recording. So yeah, I really don't know what else to say. It's a very typical paint-by-numbers action movie that you've seen multiple times, done better, but there's really nothing that made me pissed. And again, it went at least on a good enough pace, and it had at least a lot of fighting, and it wasn't that god-awfully edited, or it wasn't a ton of shaky cam, like a little bit. It was... a mediocre, never see it again. But if you're just bored, you need to see any action film to come out of late, sure. But and again, if you're a diehard Wade Barrett fan, this may be the movie for you. But I don't know how many diehard Wade Barrett fans there are. Just you can let me know in the comments section. But thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.